shortcuts. Might have seen yeah. No shortcuts. I'm here to give you motivation and a little bit of inspiration. No shortcuts. Me and the boss ain't easy. Every day somebody needs me. It's no shortcuts. I wake up, stretch, say a prayer, coffee and then some fresh air. Time to get it poppin'. I got a fresh 24. Hopefully I'm blessed with plenty more. Meanwhile, I'm thankful for the fire on the inside burning. I keep earning as the world keeps turning. The thing about life is you never stop learning. Hoping everybody Maxwell, Vernon. You make a plan, then you stick to it. Even in tough times, get through it. So get to it. And make sure your family's straight. We going worldwide, you understanding me, mate? Providing a platform where like minds can meet. Closed mouths don't get fed, want everybody to eat. On Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Tuesdays at noon, let's all get rich. It's no shortcuts. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the No Shortcut Show.
Let's get it. Greetings, and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, in social media land, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, Twitch. Welcome to another Twitch. Shout out to everybody on Twitch. Yeah, we still over there. Y'all don't forget, we are on Twitch as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to you guys. Come on in. Make sure you say hi. Today is Tuesday, April 16th. We're here for another installment of the favorite internet sensation by the name of the No Shortcut Show with Midas and Fame. We welcome you guys. Come on in. Let us know who's here. You know, we got to give you guys shout outs before we get into the meat and potatoes of everything. We hope and trust everybody had a great weekend. You know, from the last time we commenced, which was last Tuesday. And hope everybody was safe and enjoying this lovely, beautiful springtime weather. I think the pollen is on its way out, but I still need to get a nice little spray off on my vehicle. Probably this afternoon after we get done here.
Yeah, hey, I did that yesterday, man. I took care of one yesterday and took care of my wife's vehicle this morning. I hope everybody made it through the tax day on the 15th yesterday.
Yes,
you all made it out of there alive?
Yeah. And if you didn't, I hope you filed for an extension.
For sure. It's serious out there for some, man.
Yeah, I hit my man up. For an extension, hey, it's no shame.
No shame in that at all. I hit my man up yesterday on some business. This guy I do some business with. I rent some whenever I need an additional photo booth, I rent one from him. I hit him up yesterday to ask him a question about something. He's like, yo, man, it's tax day. Hit me back in a couple days.
It's tax day.
He couldn't even answer my question.
Yeah, he couldn't even answer. I can't spare a minute. I'm trying to go through all this paperwork. You know what I mean? Yeah, shout out to everybody who waited to the last minute. You know what I mean? As long as you got it done, you got it done. Hey, Mom, thank you for joining us, keeping the perfect attendance rolling. I love you. Thank you for joining. My brother's here.
Matthew,
shout out to my brother. Love you. Former guest of the platform, Smooth Sales in the house. There we got our guy Juan.
What's up with it?
Yeah, the Travel People, huh?
The Travel People podcast coming soon,
Travel
right,
People
Juan?
podcast coming soon. Yeah, former
DJ
guest of our
Sticks.
platform. Another former guest of the platform, Josh Walker, aka DJ Sticks.
What's up?
Who else is here? Come on, let's see.
Brian said the video was extra crispy today. The video?
Hey, that's famous. That's famous touching Rob's balls back there. You know what I mean? Brian, DJ
the
B.
internet is interneting. I like it. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I'm not sure who that is, but happy Tuesday to you too.
Let's see. I'm
and
scrolling
if you can hit that link right there, ecam.live/connect.
So we can see your name.
Comment, I can actually see your name on it. If you're inside the group, then you're gonna have to hit that link to so we can see your comments. Juan says we want to know who's paid in.
All right, we want to know who's hanging out with us. So definitely hit that link so we can recognize your comments, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Juan, former guest, vacation planner. Juan, I tagged you in a comment. Someone was asking about travel the other day. I hope you were able to see that. I think that was Sunday. So, I figured it wasn't cruise planning or vacation planning specific, but I saw an opportunity where I could throw you out there. You know what I
If
mean?
Juan saw it, he probably responded to it with his phone number.
Okay,
Just
okay,
said,
great. As he should.
call me
I would
right now.
expect nothing.
Yeah,
I would expect nothing less.
yeah. He just said, call me
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Call me now.
yeah.
That's all
Okay.
right.
Is that everybody who's in here live? And
So,
guys, feel
well, we
free
got some
to
people that's being quiet. We got some people that's being quiet, but that's okay. But I see that you're
feel
on.
free.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I see Robin Barbie and the Barbs is here. She came to the show on Sunday, and after the show, when I was packing up, I got a chance to speak to her. Guess what she asked me, man?
With Travis at?
Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry,
that's
Robin.
two.
I'm sorry.
That's
I
two,
know.
man. That's
Oh, that was the
that's
was that
two.
the pause in the park thing?
Pause in the
That
park.
pause in the
Yeah, that
park?
was
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could.
yeah.
I had the DJ Saturday too.
There's my
The
dad.
bishop is
Yeah, my
here.
dad. My dad addresses me by my middle name because his name is
That's right.
Jerry. Also, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dad. Much love, blessings to you. Thank you for joining us today. Shout out to Praise and Faith Gospel Shop in the building
Yeah.
today. The Our Power Community, smooth sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We got one cruise planners here.
What's up?
Uh,
Robin,
Park Place.
we will link up. I promise. We will link up. I'm gonna be at one of these shows that you'll be at watching the chairman of the board, and we're gonna rock out together. I promise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't
Soon.
hold your breath though. You just got to make
Right
sure.
now. Yeah. Right now I'm currently on that Gone to November tour, so we'll have to wait.
Yeah, he's a busy guy. It's
We'll have
getting
to
into the
wait.
thick of wedding
Yeah.
season as well as live music, and all of the other industries will be probably picking up as well as the weather gets
Yeah.
warmer. People just
Hmm.
naturally get a little more active, looking for more things to do. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it all
I
works
could tell
together.
you're a writer, man, because that's a perfect segue about people getting
Really?
active. Yeah. People
Wow.
getting
I write a
active
little bit.
because
I write a little
yeah.
bit. Okay.
Because our guest today knows a little something about people getting active and certain
Hmm.
times of the year. I'm sure his phone gets hot right at the first of the year because people
Yeah.
trying to get right for the summer and they want to
Hmm.
call him up and say,
He got to
yo,
put his phone in
get
the
me on that.
freezer.
put, put me on the program. Put me on the program. Let's introduce my guy here, man. We're not going to waste any more time. This guy is I've known this gentleman for more than half my life now. We
Mm,
go way back to the 90s high school. He was the star point guard of the basketball team, of course. And then
yeah.
as you know, we were just talking, in the green room about, even though we haven't seen each other in 25 years, just following each other on social media, seeing what
Hmm.
we're up to. We've always followed each other. He's always, been supportive of what I've been doing on the DJ tip. And he is a
Yeah.
fitness trainer, a personal trainer, fitness expert, and he's
Nice.
an author. And he's an author of an amazing children's book. So we're going to bring him on to talk about all these things and more. Y'all put some
Hmm.
ones and claps in the chats for my man Aubrey Brown. What
Yes,
up?
yes. Welcome,
What's
What's
up,
up,
welcome,
guys?
Aubrey?
welcome.
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me.
Hey man,
Yeah, thank you for
thank you
joining
for
us.
being
Thank you.
on. What up, James?
Oh,
Thanks for
James
joining us,
Masters is
brother.
here, former guest of
Yeah.
the platform here. Thank you all for joining us today. Not counting it robbery to hang out with us for 45 minutes to an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah. Hey man, we were all backstage just now having that old man talk. We were talking about back
Oh,
in my day.
Definitely, definitely.
yeah,
Bringing it back. Trying to catch up to some old
Yeah.
times.
yeah,
Yeah, for
man.
sure, for sure. So Aubrey, let's start with just tell everybody that's watching us on live and on the replays, tell us a little bit about where you're from originally and a little bit about your
Hmm.
family life and growing up.
Well, I'm from Corona, Queens.
Oh,
That's where I was born and raised at. Um, you know, Pretty much I grew up the regular kid, playing in the park, staying active, pretty much doing everything that kids don't do now. It was one of those,
Mhm. Talk about it.
grandma telling me to go outside,
Go outside.
and just
mm-hmm.
go outside midday, go outside, like turn up the TV, go outside. And that's what I did, and that's what I got the love of sports,
Mm.
of just being active and playing. Not just playing in teams, but just playing in the street. We played
Yeah.
basketball, whatever the season was, baseball, basketball, football,
Mhm.
Hmm.
and
Everything.
that's what that's what really got me going. Just being outside and Corona Queens and just having
Hmm.
fun with it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
man,
that's
that's
funny you
great.
say that, man, because I have to. You should see the look on my kid's face when I tell them to go outside now. You know, like we have this
It's different,
beautiful
man. It's really
outdoors,
different.
toys, bikes, trampolines, all kinds of stuff to
Mhm.
do. And when I say, "Yo, y'all need to go outside," they're like,
Yeah,
The
yeah,
face,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
the face, man. And it's just also in the neighborhoods that I guess, people say neighborhoods are worse now, but I guess we didn't recognize if it was bad or good because we were always out there together. So we didn't
Right.
know if the neighborhood was bad or good. It was just, we just hung out and we just did our thing. And, some
Mhm.
of us growing up in single family homes, that was a way for us just to be together, and we would
mm,
just, go outside until the old school, to the, where the light came up and the
Oh, the
pole up
light
yeah,
there and the
pole.
light,
Yeah.
that was
yeah,
that sign to come, the light pole to come back inside. And no matter the
Mhm.
weather, it could have been 100 degrees. We were playing basketball. If it was cold, we were playing football. And
mm,
that was my love of just staying active, to be honest with
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to chime in on that. I think things were a lot simpler. And we talking like as I'm saying this, I'm feeling like my parents. Shout out to my mom and dad on here, but
hmm,
of course, certain information they have shared with me and as I've grown up. But I think back in the day, things were just a lot simpler. Granted, you
hmm,
probably had bad things happen and bad people around. Of course, there was no social media to spread that
you.
as well, but I think things were just a lot simpler back then, and you didn't have all of this technology as a distraction, perhaps, as far as the kids are concerned. Thankfully, in
yeah,
my situation, my son still likes to go outside. I was telling you guys in the green room Sunday, as worn out as I was, he wanted to go shoot some hoops outside, which I'm thankful
Right,
for
hmm,
because
right.
he easily could have
yeah,
wanted to stay indoors and things like that. But it's
yeah,
good to get outside sometimes, get some fresh air, look around and observe, the scenery and things of that nature. Just get off the screen sometimes. And I say that as we're
I
on the
mean,
screen.
you're 100% right. No, but you're 100% right. We didn't have the distractions that the children are going through right now. So
Yeah.
we have to be accountable for that. Like, they have a lot of
hmm,
distractions. So the parenting that we were raised in compared to now is that we didn't have the social media, we didn't have the internet. You
Right.
know,
hmm,
many of us didn't have computers. Like, we didn't have a
right,
lot of this stuff. So
Right.
what we did was we had to make our own fun, which was go to the park.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Be
yeah.
outside where you
So
can run.
it's a
And
good
there's nothing
balance
like
now,
running.
though.
What's that?
Yeah. I said it's a good balance now that we just have
Oh yeah.
to learn to navigate differently. Like I said, with our kids, my wife and I are both, heavily into being outdoors and
Mm-hmm.
fitness
Hmm.
and stuff. So we bring them, and they play sports. My daughter has a soccer game today, and they play basketball and
Hmm.
soccer and things.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
just
Good
whenever
balance.
there's not a specific activity, their
Yeah.
preferred thing is to be inside. And so we
Yeah.
have to really monitor that and say, okay, it's been an hour. It's time to
Absolutely.
go outside.
Yeah, then you got to develop your
Absolutely.
social
Absolutely.
skills and all of that as well. It helps with your
Yeah,
social skills and interacting with others. So yeah, we don't
yeah.
want to make this whole show
Absolutely.
about being
I know.
outside versus,
Well,
but
That's a
there's a
whole nother
lot to be
talking
argument.
about
said. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a lot to
all
be
about being
said.
fit though. But did you have any siblings, Juan?
Who, me?
Yeah, I mean Aubrey.
Yeah.
I said Juan because
Uh,
I'm looking at his name on the
yeah.
screen. Aubrey.
No. Yeah. Well, I did, but we have a 16-year gap.
Okay.
So
Oh,
again,
really?
Hmm.
I did have, yeah, but it was like, I had
Just
my
one
older
sibling?
cousin who was one brother. Yeah, we're
One.
16 years
Okay.
apart. But I had my older cousin that was heavily into sports.
Hmm.
So I used to play with him a lot. We're 2 years
Mhm.
apart, and then I had my best friend who was like a neighbor who was older
Hmm.
than me. So it was like they took me everywhere. To be honest with you, to play,
Yeah.
to keep playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Very
So
good.
I mean, growing up, the way we did, and like you said about being outside and playing sports, I'm guessing that's just where your passion for fitness and sports it really started at a very young age for you, right?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, being predominantly raised from a Puerto Rican family, I ate
Hmm.
a lot. It was a
Mm-hmm.
very rice and beans every single
Mm-hmm.
day. So I was a chunky kid. Like I was a chunky kid, but I was a healthy chunky kid. So again, I
Yeah.
ate a lot, but I used to always be outside playing. But once I got into high school, yeah, Travis, I was not on the basketball team. I don't want the basketball guys from Bound to come and come at me. I was not on the basketball team. I ran, I
Yeah,
ran
yeah, you
track.
ran track. You ran track, yeah.
I ran track all 3 seasons, which consists of
Mm-hmm.
cross country, indoor and outdoor. I did that for three
Mm-hmm.
years, and
Wow.
that's when really I started to lose the weight because we were
Mm-hmm.
running miles every single day, like and having track meets and all over the city. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
really got my fitness into the next level. So I went from being active in the park to when I really got
Yeah.
into high school. When I got into high school and I ran track, that's when I
Mm-hmm.
really started to take my fitness much more serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I
Yeah.
just have a horrible memory because I remember you playing basketball, but just not
Maybe
officially for
gym
the
class.
team. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You were
Yeah.
schooling them. I remember you schooling them,
Right.
but it wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah.
officially.
Yeah. I got a question, Aubrey. So like with the like the what is it called? Cross country, right? Am I saying it correctly?
hmm
I
Yes.
remember some in high school I had some friends that did cross country, but it seemed like they were doing a lot of running. What is it? It's more
Mm.
paced. It seems to be more paced, but you're running long distances.
Right. So you're running like 3.1 miles. That's the actual race. But obviously, when your coach has to get you strong for that race, so we're running. We're not running. We're running like 5 miles, six
Mm-hmm.
miles,
Mm-hmm.
To
and we're doing
condition
speed
yourself.
work. Right. We're doing speed work. We're doing hill work. Unfortunately, when we was in high school, we really didn't have a huge weight room. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of our working out was to do with calisthenics, like push-ups, sit-ups, um, and basic stuff. We really in like now the track and field people, they really heavily into weights. We didn't have that,
Mm-hmm.
so we just did pretty much calisthenics.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so when you run across country is a distance. I was more of a sprinter, so I ran cross country to get me in shape to
Mm-hmm.
sprint for indoor and outdoor season. Um,
Okay, and then that's track, right? And they're
that's the
separate.
indoor and outdoor
Okay,
separate. So cross country
gotcha.
is all the same family, but we all run
Mm-hmm.
in the same distance, which consists of 3.1 miles. So yeah, we have to run a lot to get you strong enough to finish the race at a good
Right,
time.
right. Wow, that's a lot of running.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and
Hey,
especially, let me tell you something. When it's cold outside and we had to
mhm.
run in that cold weather, and with these little tank tops and these little short shorts, it was not
Oh, you
easy.
couldn't
Mm-hmm.
It was not
you
easy at
couldn't
all.
cover you couldn't wear layers.
We could have. Our coach didn't let us. That was the funny thing. We could have, but our coach
Yeah.
he used to make us take everything off before the race. So we could have, but we was
Oh
not allowed to,
man,
unfortunately.
He thought it was gonna
man,
slow you
wow.
down that little bit. And that was it.
Be tough. You guys are, be a
Mhm.
man. It's like
Mm,
if we see other guys, they running with, with sweatpants at least, but he like take
mhm.
everything off, and it was like so. What happened was
Mm.
it actually made us run faster because we wanted to get the race done with. We were like, "Yo, let's just get this
Trying to
race
get out of
done
here.
with." Let's
Yeah.
just get it done with so we could just run into run in and get our clothes on
Yeah.
because it was really cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff,
And
man.
I
Good
do have a
stuff.
comment up here from Juan. He said he grew up in Newark, New Jersey. They ran too, but they all ran for a
hmm
different reason.
Oh
Growing up in Newark, we
man.
all ran.
See, there's different types of running, right? There's different, as long
Yeah,
as you're running, right?
that's right.
Yeah,
That was me,
man.
Juan, because I was living in Irvington, New Jersey, and I ran to Queens. I ran from Irvington to Queens to start high school in Queens instead.
Yeah.
I got
So
out of
so in
there.
other words, anywhere you needed to go, you need to get there quickly, huh?
Yes, sir.
Running.
Get up
Yeah,
out of
man.
Newark.
Mm,
So,
mm, mm, mm.
Aubrey, when did you decide that you wanted to, take your love for physical fitness into making it, you know, more than just your personal lifestyle, but like to help others?
So when I was in college, I started getting into weights, and I used to work out with a couple of people, and I found myself helping people a lot. People used to come and ask me for tips because what
Mhm.
I did was I took my experience from running track, those workouts, and then I combined it with I started learning with weights and plus my calisthenics background. I started making my own routine. So while everybody was doing this, there's their normal workouts or maybe like doing a split. A split could be consist of like maybe we're doing like okay, well today I'm doing back and biceps, or
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow I'm doing shoulders and chest. I used to try to make my own workouts a little bit more unique compared to those. So I started attracting people in my gym when the college I used to go to, and they used to be like, "Hey Aubrey, can I work out with you? Hey Aubrey, how can I do this? I want to work on this." And I didn't even know what a personal trainer was. And then somebody says, "You know what? You can get paid for this." I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, "Really?" The rest is history. I got my certification, and
Yeah.
it's a grind. It's a definite grind. You get your certification, so you learn on a book. You get a book, and they tell you all about different muscles, what to eat, and things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature. But you got to
Mm-hmm.
understand is that there's nothing but experience, and experience is
Hmm.
every day learning from something. So there's a lot
Right.
of things a book can't teach you by just learning. Because a personal trainer, you're not just a trainer, you're also like a therapist, a
Yep.
psychologist,
Hmm.
a friend.
Yep.
You
Yep.
all that in one, plus have to help the person get their specific goal. So when people be
Yep.
like,
Hmm.
"Oh, I'm just training the person," nah, you're doing a lot more than that. So you have to
It's
have a
personal.
personality as well. Gotta be
And the,
per-
the the
Yeah.
the term personal is so conducive for the title, as you said, therapist
right,
and all types of stuff.
all that, all
And you
that.
have to have personality. You have to have a certain personality to be able to even give the information, know how to deal with others and things like that. So the whole personal on personal trainer is so fitting.
Hmm.
People don't realize that. I try to tell all the new trainers coming up. I'm like, you could look good as hell. You may know everything in that book, but if you have no personality, or if you don't know how to deal with people, customer service
Mhm.
skills, it doesn't
Mhm.
matter.
Hmm.
It really doesn't matter. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying every client wants to talk. I've had clients that keep it strictly business. We just
Right.
Hmm.
work. But most of
Right.
them are not like that. Most of them, this is also their therapy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally
Yeah, and we
understandable.
we talked to LG a while back, and he's also
Oh yeah.
a fitness trainer, and he was we were talking about the importance of bringing, just overall health and nutrition, into it as well, because people kind of forget about that part of it when they just want to get
Mhm.
big or they just want to, get slim for the summer, and their lifestyle doesn't really change a whole lot as far as what they need to do when you're not around. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Right.
Like what do what kind of things do you incorporate into that as well as far as just helping them keep a healthy lifestyle outside of the gym?
I mean, you give them tips. You give them tips. You give them different ideas. You check up on them. You
Mhm.
just again when you're one of my clients, one of my person, I always say you
Yes.
become part of my family, part of my fitness family. I'm sending you a
Mhm.
text. I'm like, what do you eat today? Listen,
Mm.
people got. It's not rocket science. I'm gonna be very honest with you. It's not rocket
Right.
science. You
Right.
know
It's
it's
just
good. You
discipline.
know it's bad. If I have McDonald's 5 days in a row, that's not good.
Not at
You know
all.
if you that's not good. And sometimes they need people like myself to tell them that, but they know.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So we're like,
Yeah.
part of my job is to make people accountable. And I'd be like, hey, listen, you worked too hard yesterday, Travis. You worked too hard to,
Mhm.
and what I found that once they start seeing slow results, they'd be like, let's say they get a meal that they know they're not supposed to have, they don't want it because they say, I
Mhm.
worked
Hmm.
too hard. I'm not going
Yeah.
backwards. You understand what
Right.
I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's like I'm a very realistic person. People got lives. People have stress. People have mental health. People have a lot of things going on, and sometimes cooking is not. They may not have time. So what do you do? Why do they call it fast food? The
Mhm.
quickest thing is maybe to pick up something. That's
Mhm.
Hmm.
reality. But my goal
Right.
is to try to cut down it as much as possible. And when you
Mm.
start seeing results, you may not want that. Now all of a
Right.
sudden, you
Right.
know what? I'm starting to cook on a Sunday for the week. So I got small meals. And I
Meal
may have
prep.
a cheat day. My meal prep, yeah. So I may have a cheat day on a Saturday. Saturday is the time I go out with my friends or whoever. That's my cheat day. But Sunday,
Mhm.
meal prep. I'm going right back into
Hmm.
it. So again,
Hmm.
we gotta be real. It's like you ever see that show 600 Pound Life? The person
Yeah.
they could be eating
Oh
like
my goodness.
50,000 calories per day, and all of a sudden that little doctor comes and says you only can have 1,200 calories a day. How you go from
Mhm.
50,000 to 1,200 in one
And
day.
just like
That's not
that, yeah,
real. That's
yeah.
not real. If you smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day, and I say, okay, you need to have one cigarette, that's not real. You have to be slow. We have to work. We have to slowly
Hmm.
get there. And once you,
Progress, yeah.
Yeah.
because even let's say they do go cold turkey, and let's say they do that 1,200, right? And
Hmm.
let's say they mess up. You know what happens to them psychologically. That most times they be like, I can't do it.
Mm.
Right. Right. So give them
Psychologically,
something they can
most of
do
them, I'm sorry,
first.
And
yeah,
that
I'm
just
like, I
goes.
can't do this.
And I think
Mhm.
that goes along with the theme that we share commonly here is just setting goals, right? So I
Hmm.
think if you're gonna, my opinion would be instead of just making such a drastic change in the caloric intake, would just set a goal, and work your way, like you're saying, But yeah, just have some
Small
smaller
goals.
goals within the goal.
Small goals. Everybody has a different life. That's why when you just said personal, everybody has
Uh-huh.
different, occupations. This
Yeah.
person could be a lawyer. A lawyer, in my experience, they're in their office up to 14 hours a day.
Hmm.
You have I can't compare that to somebody who has a part-time job working not,
Right.
maybe 6 hours a
Yeah.
day. It's just a different lifestyle. So again, it's personal. I
Hmm.
gotta speak to that person and I gotta talk to that person and I gotta see what they're working with and we'll take it from there. But I just try to be an open-minded person. We work on goals and I just say you're part of my family forever. Even if
Yeah.
you move or you may find something else, you're part of my family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great, man. And that's really like just a testament to like what Matthew's saying, the customer service aspect of anything. Like, Matthew's in e-commerce and sales,
Yeah.
and we've had these jobs before as well where, everything starts with, when you're trying to start a business or run a business, you're going to have a customer, right? So you're
Hmm.
going to have to develop those customer service and those personal skills to be able to meet people where they are and
Hmm.
serve them in the best possible way. What kind
Yeah.
of things did you do? What other kind of jobs did you have, Aubrey, before, what you're doing now?
The hardest job I've ever UPS, man. UPS killed
Yeah.
Oh,
me.
that's the
I
workout too,
worked
huh?
Ooh, man, I did UPS for like 3 or 4 years, and
Wow.
Hmm.
I was like, it really took me out. But
Mm,
currently, I work for a college, called FIT, is short for
Hmm.
Fashion Institute of Technology. Is one of the
nice.
best fashion schools in the world. I've
Hmm.
been there for a very long time. I have a 9 to 5, which I deal with printing and mailing for the college, but I also teach classes for the college as well. So I teach
Hmm.
classes 2 days a week, for the faculty and staff during lunch. So now during lunch, you can come and work out with me for an hour, and,
Oh,
and then I
nice.
also train the students after school. So that's one of my places that I do both as well. So
Mhm.
I've been there
Hmm.
for a very long time. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Now,
Yeah.
is
So
it
what's
just
it like?
personal training? Go ahead, Fame. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead with yours.
Okay, well, I was gonna ask, is it just personal training that you do, or you also like have classes and things as well?
I teach
Is
classes.
everything kind
Yeah,
of
I teach
okay?
classes 7 days a week. I teach a class 7 days a week.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Now, these wouldn't be like aerobics classes, or they're just classes just for like strength and conditioning? What specific type of classes do you teach?
The classes I teach right now, I teach boxing, I teach spin class, I teach abs,
Okay.
um, uh, cardio kickboxing. Yeah, so pretty much high
Wow.
energy
High
hit
energy stuff.
classes, a lot of high energy stuff. Yeah, so I do that 7 days a week. So not only I do that at my 9 to 5 job, I also train throughout the city. So now all these high rises throughout New York City, Manhattan, and Queens and Brooklyn, they have residential gyms in the
Okay.
buildings.
Wow.
So in these buildings now, when you come in, you can also have not only access to the fitness center, but you have access to fitness classes. And
Nice.
you have a person like me that could come in, like today. I taught a 6 o'clock in the morning boot camp class. It starts
Mm,
that early.
mm.
Hmm.
So they, literally they could wake up 20 minutes before class, wash up, come
Hmm.
down.
Yeah.
They see me and they go to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, I do a
Yeah.
lot of classes. We teach a lot of classes.
I was just gonna ask too. I'm sorry, Fame. I'm just so I know you mentioned spin. That's like cycling, right?
Hmm
cycling class. You said
cycling
like
class,
boot camp, and you said cardio, kickboxing. What's some of the
cardio
differences as
kick.
far as? Go ahead.
Oh no, what you were saying?
Well,
What's the difference
I
between the
was okay.
classes?
Yeah, like say for instance between boot camp and cardio kickboxing. What would be the differences between those two?
Well, cardio kickboxing is, is punching and kicks and stuff like
Mm,
that. So I would take that type of intensity and just do it with punches and kicks. I mean, there's
okay.
some exercises that very universal that you could do with both, like squats and push-ups and things
Hmm.
like that. But it's pretty much cardio. I mean, boxing and kicking at the same time. A little bit with calisthenics and little rhythm with it to go with the beat of the music.
Okay. All
The
right.
boot camp the boot camp, you have a couple of different kinds. You could do with dumbbells, which is kind of like a strength training kind of a boot camp, or you do it with
Mm,
body weight. I try to come with workouts that there's no excuse. So it's not like, let's say I'm Travis comes to my class and I'm like, yo, Travis, you worked out today? And you be like, nah, man, there was no dumbbells. And I'm like, you take my class. My classes, I'm teaching you how to work out with the weights and without the weights. So it's pretty
wow.
much
Mhm.
no excuse. So
All
I
right.
try to, and again,
I
it's
feel
just
personally
experience,
attacked right
man.
now.
And spinning is just being on that bike, man. It's
Yeah,
just going
just riding
hardcore
that
on that
bike.
bike. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Got you. Okay. Got you.
So I
I
got a
just wanted to get a
question.
little clarity.
Yeah,
hmm
when just on the entrepreneur, business owner, hustler side, you just mentioned, a new building comes up, they got fitness, a fitness center in the building. You being a fitness trainer, you want to start doing classes in that building's facility. How does that come about? How does
Mm,
that connection get made? How do they say, yeah, yeah, we want you to do this. We're going to go for it.
Well, I actually work with a couple of different amenity companies. Amenity companies is like the companies that go into a building and they provide all that service, from
Okay.
fitness to porters to
Hmm.
doorman and whoever. I'm the
yeah.
fitness person. My
Okay.
ultimate goal is to have my own thing and have trainers with myself and create my
Hmm.
own studio that people could come to me, or I would create a
Hmm.
team that will go
Mm,
and travel to go to other people, because I
mhm.
Hmm.
feel there are a lot of people. When we were talking about motivation earlier, there are a lot of
Hmm.
people that they unfortunately they lack a lot of motivation. So we have to try to make it as easy and accessible as possible to them. So like,
Mhm.
okay, you can't come to me, we'll go to you. There's
Yeah.
really no
Hmm.
excuse. Like, the
Yeah.
only
And
thing you got to do is take an elevator downstairs or upstairs. We coming to you. We're providing you the trainers. We're providing you everything.
right.
Like, let's go.
Hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
ultimate goal in the next few years.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. So
awesome.
right now, your business is with the people who put the equipment and put the sensors in these places. And how
Right,
did that come
right. And
about,
plus,
though? How did that start?
I got my own private clientele that I
Hmm.
do on the side as well. And I got, it's like you say his wedding season's coming. I got boot camp season coming. That it's starting to get nice
Yeah.
outside. So
Everything's
we're gonna
picking
we're
up.
gonna be in the parks, and yeah, we're gonna be in the
Yeah.
parks and doing that thing. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's great. So, full time working at the college, personal training, doing classes and the fitness centers around the city,
hmm
husband, father.
Yep.
One of the ongoing things here on this show is how you're juggling all of these things
Mhm.
and making time for the family and for the home life and for yourself. As
Yeah.
entrepreneurs, as business owners, we all have to learn, especially early on, how
hmm
to make room for the things that are, important
Important.
outside of
Yeah.
trying to build that brand. Tell us about some of the hiccups along the way and how
Oh, they're
how you
hiccups.
juggle that now.
They're hiccups. I mean, but I'm blessed to have a support team, and
Mhm.
with a wife who's very understanding. My kids, communication is very important of why I'm doing this stuff. I think a lot of times people don't talk to their kids. It's just like,
Mhm.
daddy's not home. Like, well, why? You don't want it. You have to explain to
Mhm.
them, let them know what's going on. And
Right.
to be honest with you, it's a day by day thing, man. It's really a day by day thing. It's just like today is Wednesday. No, I'm sorry. Look, I don't know today. Today's
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I
Yeah.
gotta get through two. See, I gotta get
Yeah,
through Tuesday before I worry about Wednesday.
you there
And
waiting on
I just
us.
I just literally, again, do you feel tired? Do you miss things once in a while? Absolutely. But again,
Hmm.
it's this communication, and you have to know you're sacrificing for the benefit of the good. This is not. It's not just for me. This is for the team. I'm sacrificing myself for
Mhm.
the team, and again, for me, being raised by my mother and my grandparents, and not really having a father figure. I mean, I did have a stepfather, but like a biological father,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just said to
Yeah.
myself, I would never want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? So for me,
Hmm.
it just pushes me to even go extra hard. And
Hmm.
Mhm.
that's what gets me going.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely,
Yeah,
man. It's got to
that's
have
great,
that
man.
balance.
I was wondering if there was something that happened along the way to that, to that discovery, or has that been your mindset from the beginning, or did, something that messed up or didn't go the right way? Like I can remember that time I did a wedding on Mother's Day and that'll never happen again. That kind of thing. Like, oh man, I wasn't looking at the calendar the right way.
How
I
long
didn't
did it?
know
How
that
long did
Sunday
it
was
take for you to
Mother's
get out the
Day.
doghouse on that one?
Well, luckily it
Yeah,
was a easy,
I
short
mean,
wedding.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's always an experience. Like again, you just you know, it's always something. I just try to learn from everything that I've done. And I try not to make the same mistake twice.
Yeah, for
For
sure.
me, my hustle really became when my wife was pregnant with my first child, man, over 22 years ago. I mean,
Mhm.
like, yeah, she's gonna be 22 in July, and I never forget that just lit something in me. Like it was just
Hmm.
something. I always say you get to that crossroad, either you go right or you go left. And I
Hmm.
went right, man. I just said, not me, man. I said, I'm gonna go 110%. I lived
Hmm.
my life. I did as much partying and clubbing, you know, I could possibly do. So I don't feel like I'm missing anything.
Hmm.
I
Mhm.
gotta, not besides my family, I got a good, strong brotherhood of friends that we've been together since high school, that we still talk every
That's great.
single day, in text chat,
Mhm.
and we all
Yeah.
keep each other on point. You know what I mean? Never slip. And is it hard? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to teach classes every 7 days a week or whatever, but
Hmm.
I consider my fitness my passion. So I don't even consider it work. It's like my
Right.
passion. I
Mhm.
think I was put on this earth to help people,
Yeah.
and this is why I'm here, man. Take
That's
that gift
great.
and run with it.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. Yeah. I got a question. So for every class, are you going hard through the routines with every class that you do, or is it just mainly let me show you guys how to do this, and then it's more because you'll be worn out, right?
I used to. To be honest, with you, a funny story was I was one of those, again, go back to experience. I was one of those
Yeah.
people because I'm like, how can how can I tell somebody how to do something without me being able to do it with them? I was like, come
Mhm.
on now. And I was doing all these squats and all these burpees and all these push-ups, and I probably was doing a couple of hundred a day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
my old manager, like my mentor, she put me to the side and she said, "Yo, Aubrey, I noticed you do every single thing with them." I said, "Well, isn't
Mhm.
that what you're supposed to do?" She says, "No, you're the instructor. Instruct.
Right.
Show them
Right.
how to do it. Pick
Mm.
Show
and
them how
choose
to
your
do it.
spots." And
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna do it. Fast forward, I tore my meniscus, and I
Mm.
had,
Mm.
meniscus surgery, arthroscopic, and I was like, oh man, she's right. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
can't.
Mhm.
I'm not Superman. I can't do every.
Right.
So, another funny story. That meniscus injury led me to become a spin instructor because that was part of my.
Not the
I had to
bike,
ride a
the
stationary
therapy.
bike
Yeah.
to build up
Okay.
my knee. And
Mhm.
another manager said, Aubrey, she said, "Would you want to teach spin?" She said, because with your energy from boot camp and other stuff, you did that. You get, you on that bike, it'll be one. So
Right.
yes, I got hurt, but it did benefit me from what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I
Mm.
can't do every single thing. I mean, I
Mhm.
could do the workout, but I got to pick and choose my spots. If I have five
Right.
classes, I can't
Right.
work out five different times.
Yeah.
It's
Not
just
at
too
all.
much. I'm getting older. It
Right.
is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. No, that
Yeah.
makes sense. And I was just curious, the approach, but it makes sense being the instructor, right? You want to show them a couple of reps and then help them get their form right to do 10, 15, 20 reps or whatever you've designed for them to do that particular
I mean,
exercise.
but don't get it twisted. I do come in there and I get busy. Like, when it says, okay, well, I'm coming in and I'll do my whole class with them and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
I split it up. I mean,
Yeah,
you got to
yeah,
be
yeah.
smart about it. You split it up. And I'm a very particular about form. Because so if I'm
Hmm.
doing my thing, how can I see the person behind me um,
Hmm.
Hmm.
to see if they're doing
Yeah,
it
Right.
right? Because
yeah.
if you work at like a commercial gym, let's say like an Equinox or something like that, and you got like
Hmm.
30 people in the class, it's kind of like get in where you fit in. Catch it. If you don't, you don't. Somebody could be doing something totally wrong. But the situation I'm in and a lot of places I'm in, it's like, especially residential fitness, there's not as many people. I may get like 10 people. So I would know
Hmm.
every person's name. I know what he or she
Okay.
could do. I
Yeah.
know what injuries they have. I know, okay, well, you can't do a squat. I'll give you another alternate exercise. It's more of a personal type of thing
Yeah.
than if I'm
Yeah.
teaching in the class and there's 100 people. Then if I'm working out, so pretty much follow me, work it out. Just follow me.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm getting paid to work out. I'm not
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
instructing.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it.
So
That's a
it's
good way
like
to look
you're
at it.
paying for me just to work out, which is cool as well too.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely,
that's a big
man.
difference with the bigger classes versus the smaller, more zoned in. I like that. I like
Right,
that.
right.
The other thing, Aubrey, I wanted to have a chance to talk to you about is your book.
Oh
I
yeah,
know we
he's an
Yes.
mentioned
author
at the
too.
top of the show you are also author of a children's book, and I want to
Right.
let me see if I can get to it real quick. It's a blank screen right now, but there it is.
Oh,
There
there
we
you
go.
go.
Aubrey's
There you go.
Fitness, yeah,
Yes.
Aubrey's Fitness Kids. Tell us about the book.
hmm
Tell us about what inspired you to write a children's book.
Well, I co-authored it with a brother of mine named Hedrick McBride. He has a huge children's book company called McBride's Stories. And he was another fellow high school friend of mine. I think he's like a couple years younger than me. But he started his own children's book company, and this book is one of his first books that, years ago that he decided to hit me up to collaborate with. And then again, we're
Yeah.
just talking about what could we do to get our youth active. So
Mm.
in this book, it's it's for very young readers, probably kindergarten, beginning readers,
Yeah.
and it's all
Hmm.
about families working out. I mean, like parents working out with their kids, and
Uh-huh.
how to intertwine that because again, when a kid is young, they follow whatever the parents do, good
Hmm.
and bad for
Hmm.
the most part, right? So again,
Hmm.
it was just showing like, okay, how can we collaborate the family to work out together? And there you
Okay.
go. We worked on that book. That book was very successful. It's all over the world. We've done seminars with the book. I've
Wow.
spoken in different
Stun on them.
schools
Stun on them.
about the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's just we
Yeah.
really went in on that book, man. I take a lot of pride in that book. I mean, hopefully we'll have more in the future, but that book right there was just something, man, because my whole thing is just get everybody active, and the
Yeah.
younger they are, the better. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my heart right there.
Yeah. Where can we find this wonderful book that you've written?
Amazon, you could Amazon. It's on
Amazon.
Amazon. It's again, on the McBrideStories.com.
Uh-huh.
Again, he's a good brother. He has books for every different type of situation, especially for our community. And it's just a wonderful thing, man. It's
Hmm.
very universal. There's a couple of workouts in there. There's food tips in there. Again, just
Okay.
Hmm.
very basic stuff. Just very basic
Yeah.
stuff to get to help the kids, man.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
like getting some fruits as opposed to potato chips for snacks,
There you go.
perhaps.
But
Yeah.
it's just. But we also, we gotta remember, man, they still kids, and we
Oh
want
yeah,
them
yeah.
to be
For
kids
sure.
and have some ice cream once in a while. But just be active. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just be active, and
Yeah. Burn it
and that's
off.
the most important thing. Yeah, burn it
Yeah.
off. Get out there and get some movement going because again, that's the way we were raised. We were raised. I mean, again, now we may not trust putting our kids out in the street by themselves like we were,
Right.
but
Hmm.
if we could find a way with parents to intertwine with their children to work out, hey man, that's
Hmm.
a great
Hmm.
idea, and that's what the
Yeah.
book
Yeah.
came up with.
Yeah.
That's
Very
awesome.
nice. Very
That's awesome,
nice.
man. Juan said just try to stay away
Hot
from the hot
dog.
dog and
Yeah, that
He
was
Tostitos.
said what?
New
Yep.
Year's.
Hot dogs and
That was
Tostitos.
well,
Yeah.
it's a thing
Yep.
that
You're
happened
not
here
gonna let me live that down.
this episode.
That's an inside joke.
Yeah,
Famous
I was having hot
was
dogs
telling
on the show.
that
Oh,
was his
goodness.
lunch. So it's a running theme.
Yeah.
That pops up every once in a while. The hot dogs and
Yeah.
Tostitos joke.
The hot dogs and Tostitos. So
Yeah.
Juan, Aubrey, do you do any I keep looking at Juan and his hot dogs and Tostitos. Aubrey, do you do any virtual training as well, or is everything you do in person?
That I got into the virtual world because of COVID. When COVID hit,
Hmm.
we were shut down.
Yeah.
And, COVID was a terrible thing, but it opened up another different avenue for trainers. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
now with different these apps, I could just be at my house and train you virtually the way I'm talking to you right
Hmm.
now. I've had clients down south, uh,
Hmm.
training them that I can't physically get to them, but I'll train them online. Yeah, virtual right now, it's something definite that opened up during COVID because when the gyms were
Hmm.
closed and we couldn't see people
Yeah.
in person, Zoom and
Yeah.
Google
Yeah.
Meet and
Hmm.
all this other stuff
Yeah.
started popping up.
All of
So
them
that
things.
was another good lane for us as trainers to get into, and I definitely
Yeah.
use that to my best of my ability.
Yeah. Well, how would someone
That's great,
contact you
man.
if they wanted to enlist your services for some virtual training or some tips or whatever the case may be in regards to their health and
You could
fitness?
thank you, man. You could follow me. I'm on Instagram at Aubrey's Fitness.
Hmm.
And you could DM me. Um, yeah, we could get this going. I mean, I'm always interested in helping people. If you have any tips, I'm sorry, if you have any questions. And
Hmm.
again, my whole thing is that I'm very real. I'm a very people person. I don't like myth training. I call it like myth training. It's like, people they just
Hmm.
say this stuff. I'm like, a lot of stuff is just not real. Like, everybody's going through some situations and you got to
Yeah.
work with that person, and,
Right.
Hmm.
and, um, and just work on small goals. Be proud of
Hmm.
yourself. That's another
Hmm.
thing. I think right now I'm really focused on mental health, not just with the physical health, because mental health, ever
Hand
since
in
COVID
hand.
happened, when people were locked in like that, it really messed with a lot of people, you know, lifestyle,
Hmm.
and people
Yep.
not only work out to look good for something, they work out because
Feel
it's just
good.
a good mental health thing for them to feel good. And, when you feel good, you do good, you know. It's
Hmm.
like us
Yeah.
guys when we get a haircut, we get that confidence, right? When you get a haircut,
Yeah,
you get that
buddy.
confidence when
Mhm.
you walk out that, it's just,
Yeah.
I got no hair now, but when I used to have hair, going to the barbershop once a week was a great
Yeah, yeah,
with
the
no better
fresh.
feeling leaving the barbershop. And when you go to
Hmm.
the gym and you get a nice good sweat, and whatever level you are, remember that, ladies and gentlemen, whatever level you are, it just
Mhm.
don't compare yourself to nobody but the person you see in front of that mirror.
Right.
Again,
Hmm.
there's no such thing. I can't do it. I don't go by that, man. You could do it.
Hmm.
Just go at your own level, and that's
Mm.
it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
man.
That's Hey, man. You close that thing like a professional, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Right
And I'm
on
following
time.
now on
Right on
Instagram.
time.
I'm following y'all lead. I'm
Right on.
following y'all lead.
Yeah,
Oh
and
man, we
I just
appreciate. I know
followed
you
you on
gotta.
Instagram. So yeah,
Yeah,
Well, let's
Aubrey's
all follow
Fitness.
each other. I know you
yeah.
Thank
have a
you.
hard out because you have a class that you're going to be teaching in just a minute here. So
Oh,
we do
okay,
Thank
appreciate
you
okay,
you
so much.
okay.
taking the time with us, brother. It's been so great catching up. I'm
Yeah,
glad we were able to link up and get this done, man. It's been a great show. It's been a great
yeah,
Well,
show,
man.
listen,
man.
guys.
Thank you for
Thank
joining us
thank you,
today.
guys. Thank you, brothers, for having me, man. I really appreciate
Yeah,
every man. Thank
yeah,
you so much
for
for the
sure.
opportunity.
Yeah,
Hey, we
indeed,
got a comment.
indeed.
Thank you for the
Oh,
motivation. I'm heading to the gym right now. You see?
that's
We touching
that's
people right now.
Anita Morris. Yeah, yeah,
All
Anita,
and she's
right.
Anita,
got
Anita.
the Simply Sweet ice cream, the ice cream catering services that, and we're talking about everything that's picking up for the summer. That's going to be
Yeah.
picking up as well. Everybody going to need a cool
Right.
treat.
You
Yeah,
need a
so
treat. You need a
Steaks.
treat. And listen, you know, again, when I talk about that myth stuff, you got to treat yourself. Treat yourself.
yeah,
It's all good. Have some ice cream. Enjoy life, man.
Hmm.
That's the thing about life. We live one time. Enjoy it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy it, but just
Absolutely.
make sure it's balanced. Make sure it's balanced. And yeah, and ladies and
Absolutely.
Yeah.
gentlemen, drop your links in the chat if you have links for your business pages or whatever you have. Feel free to drop it in the chat. We check you out.
Yeah, absolutely. And stay on. Aubrey's got to head to a class, but we will be continuing the show. We do have another special guest coming up in just a moment. But
Yeah,
let's
thank
thank
you,
Aubrey
Aubrey.
Brown one more time for checking in with us, man. Good luck with your
Yeah,
class today and with
yeah,
all
yeah.
your
Thank you so
endeavors,
much, guys.
man. Great business. Thank
Indeed,
you,
Thank you so
Aubrey.
indeed.
much. I'll talk to you guys
Yes,
soon.
yes.
Take it easy. Bye
All
Yes,
right,
bye.
thanks,
sir. Have
bro.
a good one. Have a good one. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. Good catching up with the guy, man. Let
Hmm.
me get us back
And he's in
on our
Queens,
main thing.
Queens, New York, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, man. Corona, Queens, New York, where I went to high school. I moved to Queens, or I moved back to Queens in '91, and
Okay.
that's when I connected with Aubrey, and through athletics and sports and things like that, we
Hmm.
always had that in common. And
Indeed, indeed,
yeah,
indeed. And we got a,
so yeah,
a special feature, special announcement we have
yeah,
coming
we
up
do
here
have another
shortly, I
special
believe.
guest about to join us. But in the meanwhile, man,
In the
talk about
meanwhile,
talk about what you have going on this weekend.
oh man, this weekend is a light weekend. This week, as in comparison to the last few weeks, I'll just be in Greensboro, doing a show. Brandon Stevens, a member
Hmm.
of my outfit, Mellow Groove, a member of the No Shortcuts community, has a featured performance in Greensboro on Saturday. Let
Hmm.
me see. I'm gonna pull up the flyer, tell you guys real quick. Yeah, so it's at a spot called World of Beer in Greensboro, 1310 Westover Terrace. Just 2 45-minute sets from 7 to 9 p.m. Again, Brandon Stevens will be the featured act. I'll be on keys. We got just a little smorgasbord of a few musicians that's going to play that particular gig this Saturday. So, other than
Oh,
that,
that's what's up.
I'll be at Mount Dewell Sunday morning. But this
There
week is
you go.
light compared to the last couple of weeks. You
That's
did?
what's up, man.
Yes.
I feel like we're doing an episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. We just had a guest, and then the phone just
Mhm.
rang. Hey, who is that? We just
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have
Do I need to
we
play?
have
Do I need to
another.
play the soft roads music in
Yeah,
the background
yeah.
while the
We
while
have
the trolley
another.
is
We have somebody
trolley's
else
going
at the
around the
door.
track?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's
Who
let's
is
go.
it?
Let's go see who it is, boys and girls.
Who is it?
Who is it? Let's see. Hey, it's Juan
Oh, hey,
Velasquez.
hey. It's your
What's up,
boy
Juan?
JB.
What's happening, brother?
What's going on, man?
Man, you guys did such a great job today. I'm motivated. I'm ready for the gym. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
ready.
Ready for
yeah.
the gym?
We
I'm
trying to get
going.
motivated.
I'm dressed for the gym too.
Okay, okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Are you? Is that where you're going after you hang up? Matter
After
of
I eat
fact,
my
we're gonna
Mickey
change it.
D's.
We're gonna change your name to Jim.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Jim
AKA Mr.
Velasquez.
Jim Velasquez. Mr. Big Mac.
Yeah. Oh, I saw you posted about the big, the double
The double
chicken
chicken.
Big Mac.
New menu dropped with
That's a real thing.
McDonald's. Yeah, that's a real thing. They
Wow.
got these. I haven't tried it, honestly, but it is
You
tempting.
saw it
It's
though.
two chicken
Yeah.
patties.
Wow.
It's I don't know, and they got these cheesy things going on. So I don't know,
Okay. Yeah.
but
Interesting.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Something weird with the audio, but it's all right. We'll work through it. We'll
Yeah.
work
Oh,
all
through
the
it.
right,
audio.
is it
Yes,
coming
we can
through?
hear you.
Are you good?
Coming through, it just sounds. It sounds like
Muffled a little
distorted,
bit.
muffled,
A little
like
muffled. Maybe I'm
yeah.
Yeah.
too
But
close.
we'll fix that later. We'll fix
I've
that
been
later.
I've been
Juan.
What's going on, man? I appreciate you having me on. It is coming in. I can hear it in my ears right now. I can hear it.
Well, we can still.
Now it's in me.
Yeah, we got.
It's all right.
We
You
can
have a
still hear
major
you, bro.
announcement you wanted to talk about. Let's do it.
Yeah, definitely. Real quick. First of all, thanks for having me on. But I want to make a major announcement. Officially, the Travel People podcast will be featured May 2024, and we will have a special guest from our partners at Virgin Voyages, and Mr. Tracy Aldridge, who's the BDM for the Carolinas, will be joining us talking about all things Virgin, why their product is so big and important right now, and how they've just changed and revolutionized the cruising industry. And we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk a little bit of this and that, and maybe a giveaway here or there. We'll see. We'll see what I can pull out the hat.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
Are we eligible for the giveaway?
I got to talk to the lawyers.
Well, you got to figure out what the giveaway will be first, right?
Some hot dogs and Tostitos. That's it.
Oh, hey,
true
a lifetime supply of hot dogs.
Lifetime supplies. I'll talk to Oscar Mayer. I bet they're owned by the same company too. But we're really excited. This is a big pivot. We've been looking forward to something different. Everyone else in the travel world is doing videos of cruise tours, or they're putting up some content on TikTok. And I said, well, we wanted to do something that not everyone and probably no one is doing, which is talking about travel on a more immersive level, so that clients can understand the importance of a travel advisor and why we're here and why we stay up in the middle of the night to make sure you caught that red eye and all those important things that you're not worried about, a travel advisor will worry about. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be one episode a month right now. We do have 4 more guests lined up, not in a specific order, but I will name them real quick. Joni Field with Carnival Cruise Lines. She is Director of Sales here in the Carolinas in Charleston. And we also have Doug and Rhonda Wally. They are also cruise planners. So, we will have other travel advisors on, because it's not about me. It's about the industry, right?
Right.
And just like you guys DJ and do gigs, musicians, it's all about the community. So that's what this is about. This is about the community. We're also going to have a good friend of mine, Travis, Paul McDonald from Minute Movies and, of course, Mission Uprising. So he and I will have a candid conversation when he returns from Uganda. So he is going to be shooting a documentary and talking about all things traveling while working. So that's going to be interesting.
That's awesome.
And so we have other guests, other things in line. But for right now, we're getting our socials together and all the other stuff that most people don't know that it takes time to do. But we're super grateful and excited about what's coming.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing that with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, Juan is a member of our community, the No Shortcuts community. He's been on our show as a guest and a few pop-ups, but make sure as he's continuing to promote his platform, you guys check him out and see what he's got going on over there. Because again, the weather is getting nice out. People are getting active. If you're looking for a place to go relax for a few days, maybe a week or so, this is the guy you want to talk to. So you don't have to bear the stresses of planning your vacation. He will do it for you. You just pick your destination. He'll get you
and
there.
It's free. It's free. It's free. 803-280-4727. There you go. Drop the number.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Drop the number on them.
I appreciate both of you. Thank you so much for having me on short notice.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure.
Thank you for joining us, Juan. And y'all look out for the Travel People podcast. Come soon to a device near you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Famous, you got anything coming up this week?
Wedding time, man. Just wedding time. We'll be in Charlotte on Friday night in Charlotte for a wedding. It's actually a double Juju Lee situation, because I'll be with them on Friday night and Saturday night in Johns Island in Charleston. So Friday, Saturday, see us at a wedding near you.
Yeah, I might have to catch you on one of the Charleston ones when I'm available. We'll have
Come
to see
true,
what's
man.
happening.
Come true.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that?
We'll hit them up at that Airbnb.
Yeah. We have to make a guy's wedding trip, huh? But we'll be assistant famous. We'll be roadies and such.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'll get you in. I'll get you in.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I think if all hearts and minds are clear, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank our guest today for coming through and hanging out with us. James, man. Hey, James, thank you so much. James is very supportive. Again, member of our community and former guest here. And you guys feel free to share whatever you have going on. Go over into the community. You got new music coming or you got an announcement to make. Make sure you drop it in the community so we can, do our best to support you guys and just check you guys out and keep up with each other. Is that Anita again? She's eating that ice cream.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll see you all next week.
Yeah, let's do it again next week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all so much. Have a great week.
All right. Peace.